Hey guys, it's me, Sam Stein, managing editor at the Bulwark. I'm here with Tim Miller. We're going to be discussing round 3 of Elon Musk versus Mike Johnson. Just keeps getting better, juicier.
Has
More
Mike
fun to
Johnson won
watch.
any rounds yet on the points?
No,
Okay.
but he's not flustered. He maintains his very calm demeanor
Okay.
amidst the barrage.
So no knockouts. It's just 10-9 on the scorecard for all 3 rounds so far in favor
who's
of
doing
Elon.
the rope-a-dope? We don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Elon may be throwing too many haymakers here. We'll see. Anyways, before we get to this, subscribe to the feed. Just got to get that out of the way. A little bit of sort of fourth wall here. We were talking about doing this recording, and Tim was like, well, I've already talked about it. And in fact, we have talked about it. I think you and I have done 2 Elon recordings in a row at this point. But it's an evolving storyline, and it just got really a lot more interesting and juicier in just the last hour. We're recording this around 3:30 p.m. on Wednesday. So I'm going to go through chronologically what happened, and then Tim's just going to, do his thing. So
Cook.
This morning, it all starts this morning when Mike Johnson goes to the cameras and he says, look, I think Elon's dead wrong about this bill that he wants to kill. It's weird because we talked about it for 20 minutes and then he did a 180. And then he adds this, I called Elon and he didn't answer my call. And, poor Mike, that's rough. Okay, thank you. So now fast forward a couple hours. The count unusual whales clips Mike Johnson saying, I called Elon Musk last night and he didn't answer my call. And Elon Musk responds on Twitter, quote, we need a new bill that doesn't grow the deficit. And that's it. And then Mike Johnson gets asked about Elon Musk and he says this.
Elon Musk just said we need a brand new bill that doesn't grow the deficit. He was actually quote tweeting a video of you from the press conference this morning saying you tried to reach him last night. Do you have any response? He says we need a brand new bill that doesn't grow the deficit.
Elon, we don't have time for a brand new bill. And I want Elon and all my friends to recognize the complexity of what we've accomplished here. This extraordinary piece of legislation, record number of savings, record tax cuts for the American people, and all the other benefits in it. We worked on the bill for almost 14 months. You can't go back to the drawing board, and we shouldn't. We have a great product to deliver here. So I know it's not perfect by some people's estimations, but you cannot make a perfect the enemy of the very, very, very good. We're proud of this product. The House Republicans are proud of it, and we're happy to go out and explain that to everybody. So I'll continue to try to reach Elon and tell him, extol the merits of our work here. I hope he'll understand it. Thank you.
And then Elon Musk's tweets out again, urging people to call the representatives and senators to what he says, quote, kill the bill. And so here we are with Elon Musk calling for the bill to be killed.
So I'm having one element. I want to get into the substance here because I do think it's pretty important. But I have one kind of element of PTSD about the tactics. Yeah. Which is listening to you run through all of that. It's reminiscent of something for me.
Is it Obamacare?
No, it's Jeb versus Trump 2016.
Oh,
right. Where Mike Johnson is in the Jeb role, where it's like,
is he too low energy?
Anybody? I don't mean to pick on Jeb in particular, who I worked for, who I love, but it could have been Marco. Anybody. It was really normal politician versus Trump, but the PTSD is there for me since I worked for Jeb. But it's like this notion of normal politician like provides a talking point, that is very careful. That's like we've been working together. There's a coalition. There's a certain amount of time that we need to get this bill done.
Don't you know how it's always done, Elon? Yes.
Yeah, we need it to work for the American people. You do the politician hand thing, and it's like, okay, and then you say that, and then usually in the old days in politics, you'd wait till the next news cycle, maybe the next day, and like the other guy would be like, well, I don't know, I'm still against it. It's a dumb bill because of this policy issue. But that's not how this shit happens. Like you give a press conference where you've like given your response, you've talked to your team, you've talked to your strategist, and as soon as your response is out there, Elon's popping out with his thumbs to 100 million people on X and just being like, this guy's a loser. call his office and tell him to and like that was such a tactical advantage for Trump in 2016 during these primaries. It was just the rapidness of it. The press release wasn't getting edited by the communications director and the team. It's the candidate and their thumbs just going ham. And that is a tactical advantage versus, a more traditional political operation. And that's not to say that in this specific case, Elon,
what could Mike Johnson do differently here?
Yeah, Mike
Johnson is not going to go on Twitter and be like, Elon, lay off the ketamine, motherfucker. Like,
That's
no.
one thing he could do. Like Elon, I challenge you to a cage match. So right, it is a structural disadvantage to be Mike Johnson in this case. Substantively, look, I think what is meaningful about this is there was a question when we got on yesterday to talk about this, about like, was Elon off his meds? Is he just popping off? Is because after he had popped off yesterday, he also like retweeted Mike Lee approvingly. He'd retweeted some weird red pill stuff. Like okay, Elon's not really going full force here. He sent one thing. Let's play it by ear. To go from that till today, being like, call your Senate off, call your offices. And then next November, this was another tweet you didn't read, but next November, the people that betrayed the country are going to lose something. He said something to that effect. I don't have it in front of me. Right. Like that change is pretty notable and like might impact the actions of the people on the Hill. I still kind of think that like the inertia of they have to do something for Trump, it like will outweigh anything Elon does. But this is becoming much more politically prickly in the last couple of hours than it was before for House Republicans.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Because now, though, any Republican who does have reservations or wants to seem like they have reservations won't be stepping into an abyss, right? They'll know that they have some real moneyed interest in a megaphone right behind them, cheering them on. Yep. And let's be real about these people. I mean, that's all they really care about is being cool with the crowd, right? They want the crowd's love. And that's what honestly prevents a lot of them from taking quasi-principled stands. And in this case, they'll be much more unlikely to do it because they know that they will have a safety net underneath them. I will say the other thing that's interesting is that it's clear that Johnson, at least, and I'm assuming the Trump people too.
Ron Johnson or Mike Johnson?
Mike Johnson have tried to back channel to Elon, and he's just not having it. And I think that's the tell here is like, he didn't answer the call, right? Like he, in normal times, if he wanted to be a team player, if he wanted to like, or at least, give him some benefit of the doubt, he would have answered the call. But he's not answering the call. So he's he's in
the other thing about
mode.
PTSD. Within the band of normal politics, there's like an omerta. Like again, I'm just going back to 2016. There were a couple of times where something happened where like somebody from the Ted Cruz team would call me and just be like, bro, like this isn't right. Like what? You know what I mean? Like you can have a behind the scenes like this isn't fair, or this is right, or it's not in our interest to both do this. Like let's think about something else, And maybe
did you ever have those calls with the Trump team?
No, that's what I'm saying. Maybe you wouldn't listen to them, right?
Corey.
But they would know that that Jeb isn't going to pop off on Twitter and just be like, we just got a call from some loser over at the Trump team, and I don't or at the Cruz. It's like that's what you can't deal with Elon or Trump like that because they're just wild animals. It's like if you call them, they might live tweet the call. Like you have no idea what's going to happen, and so like in this case. Like that type of politics, like kind of the backroom politics, like ain't working with Elon.
Exactly. The leopard eating the face or whatever cliche you want to have. But like what leverage do they have over Elon at this point?
Zero.
None.
Yeah, zero. I mean, I guess
they already took his precious tax credits out of the fucking bill.
Right. Conceivably,
I guess that's
it could
the
be
carrot
something
they
like
have.
that, right? Like some star, they give him some other carrot for some bill, but he's like the richest guy in the world. Does he care about that stuff? Yeah, and I know it's a sticky wicket for these guys. I do think that the fact that Elon has like leaned in on the debt as if he's Alan Simpson from 2006 is not like really the strongest political area. Like if I was advising Elon and I'm like, you really want to fuck these guys up, you should maybe lean a little bit more into the Medicaid or a little bit more into some of the tax stuff. But that said, he's correct on the merits, and there will be some audience for it in both the Senate and the House, with Ron Johnson in particular is coming to mind, and some of the Freedom Caucus.
Oh yeah,
in the House.
well Rand at this point is gone. Mike Lee seems like he's getting towards that place. Ron Johnson now has complete liberty to say, "Yep, I'm right." That's three right there. Then you add the Medicaid stuff. You have Hawley, Murkowski, Collins. I mean, you can't lose the fourth, so that's that. They might still sneak it through, but it's going to be really, really interesting to watch. I will just note, Breitbart Matt Boyle is now out there suggesting that Elon's doing this because of the electric vehicle tax credits, that it's all about the bottom line. Those two sites, Elon and Breitbart, have a little bit of friction in history, so we could end up seeing a bit of back and forth there too.
What an interesting change of place. like for years, Breitbart was
yeah.
the terrorists trying to ruin every bill that went through Congress, and threatening anybody that voted for it, saying you're for the swamp, you're for the big debt and deficit. And now it's Matt Boyle running cover for the establishment's desire to increase the debt by 2.5 to 5 trillion over 10 years. Really, really interesting change of.
Well, let's sit back. Let's sit back, pop the popcorn, watch a little bit. yeah, little bong hit, and just enjoy it. Actually, no, I do the gummies. All right, Tim. Thanks, man. Appreciate this. I'm sure we'll be talking about Elon versus Mike Johnson tomorrow. So save your thoughts and insights.
See you then, buddy.
All right, talk to you later.
Hey guys, it's Tim and Sarah. We're here with my frenemy, John Lovett from Love It or Leave It. June is Pride Month, and we're going to be live in D.C. on June 6th for World Pride for a very special live show fundraiser featuring the three of us, plus some gay special guests.
Crooked and the Bulwark will be donating the proceeds from this fundraiser to the Immigrant Defenders Law Center to support Andre Romero, the makeup artist who the Trump administration wrongly disappeared to El Salvador and who is currently being held in Sakat.
Go to crooked.com/events.
And we will see you all on June 6th.